So it looks about right to me. Yeah, everything looks about right. So, we're going to be continuing Fruits of the Literature Club by, well, the game mod of DDLC by the American Eagle. So I recently finished up the Yuri route. I got about like halfway through the Sayori route. I actually kind of skipped over some of the boring, well, not necessarily boring stuff, I wouldn't necessarily say that, but stuff I've seen already, so I'd probably be bored of it by now. Yeah, I did fast forward past quite a bit of chapter 2. I mean, the main idea so far was still the same. I start to like one girl. I eventually also play a soccer game, and I'm like the best player on the team. Same thing happened when I was pursuing Yuri. So I decided to just fast forward up until a point where I started seeing dialogue that I have not yet seen. And so far, we made it here. Guess that's to be expected from someone like you. So actually, I'm over at Sayori's house watching TV. I don't watch much TV anyway, so you're free to put on whatever you want. Okay. I sit down on the couch across from her and begin to read one of my books. You're gonna read? Why not? You should come sit with me and watch TV. No. Please. I look up from my book and at Sayori. You're not gonna leave me alone if I don't, will you? Nope. You're starting to annoy me. But if that's going to get you off my back, then sure. Sayori smiles and scoots over to one of the ends of the couch. Reluctantly, I sit down next to her and point my attention towards the TV. It looks like Sayori has finally picked a channel. It's a cheerful show about a bunch of friends hanging out at the beach. But after a while something goes wrong. That girl's getting kidnapped! Sayori squeaks in concern. Looks like it. The girl struggles against the aggressors as they drag her into a van. The next scene shows the girl's friends trying to locate her. And it briefly cuts between the girl and her friends. So I hope they find her. Eventually it turns into a cheesy little ending where her friends did find her and save her just in time. Yay, she's okay! Great. I admire that with fake confidence. Level Engine, can I ask you something? What would you do if you got kidnapped? Me? Well, what I would do is much different than what a normal person should do. Tell me what I should do if I get kidnapped, then. Let me guess. Sayori's gonna get kidnapped, too. I still remember, like, during Yuri's route, we saw this movie about somebody getting kidnapped, and then the same thing basically happened to Yuri. Like, the movie was foreshadowing, like, a major plot event. Wonder if the same thing's gonna happen here, too. So I can tell someone what the guy looks like? Correct. Other features, like if they have a limp. If they have two different colored eyes, I don't know why they would. Their skin color, any accents. You should try and be as diligent as humanly possible. Which in that situation is hard to do because of stress, anxiety, and panic. What else should I do? You should be aware of your surroundings. Like any landmarks, sounds, and temperature. Okay. You should also cooperate with your captors. Well, why would I do that? Because if your captors don't think you'll be useful, or perhaps even a problem, they won't hesitate to kill you. That's horrible! It happens. How do you know all this? I've read a bunch about it. But my old school usually held some events every so often to help educate us about such. Wow, thank you so much for teaching me this, Level Engine. Everyone should have this type of information in training. Self-defense is extremely important. You've done a lot for me ever since we met. I just wanted to say, thank you. I just pictured it happening, Sayori getting kidnapped like the same way Yuri did. Sayori changes the channel to something a little bit lighter. While she watches, I take a moment to think about everything. Ripping me out of my contemplation, my phone rings. I reach into my pocket for my GP phone, but then realize it was my work phone. I retrieve the solid black flip phone and answer it. Oh, hey there, physicist. So, I'm willing to bet that Sayori's gonna get kidnapped too in this, because I still remember during the Yuri route, We saw this movie where this girl gets kidnapped, and that was actually foreshadowing the main like plot summary for Yuri's route. The sky is clear. The line goes dead. Sorry about that, Sayori. It's okay. Who was it? It was a wrong number. Hee okay. Sayori looks as if she forgot something important all of a sudden. I watch curiously as she pats her pockets. She gets her phone out and faces me. I honestly forgot, but while you were out in the field today, Monica, Yuri, Natsuki, and I decided we were having a sleepover. And Monica wanted to know if you could hang out with us for a bit. That seems problematic. No. Why? Because it seems I'd be a little too close for comfort with you girls at the time. Sleepovers with girls don't usually include a boy. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. But we trust you, and it would mean a lot to me if you came for a little bit. Fine. When is it? Tonight! Alright. I lean back onto the couch and look up at the ceiling. Sayori immediately starts tapping away at her phone. I take this momentary break to breathe and think. The girls are having a sleepover and they want me to tag along for a little bit. Granted, I've been becoming a better member of the club and helping each of them when I can, but it still seems odd that they would want to include me in their activities outside the club. I'd never really experienced this before. I guess I really started to notice this after the festival ended. No one decided to join the club, and each of the girls were crushed, justifiably so. Having their effort and dedication squandered is definitely hurtful. Sayori wouldn't leave her bedroom for a few days. Each time she did, I had to coax her out, which took almost an hour of constant effort. It was extremely annoying, but eventually she got better. It's been a month since the festival, and everyone seems to be doing great. We can head over whenever we're ready. Yuri and Natsuki are already there, so they're waiting on us. They're waiting on you. You're the one actually spending the night. Oh, come on! You're our friend. We all want you to come. Then let's get going. We'll need to stop by your house. I already have all my stuff in Monica's. Alright, then let's go. Okay, so we did make it to Monica's house. Still willing to bet that Sayori's gonna get abducted too. Like, we just saw, like, a show where someone gets kidnapped. I still remember the last time we did that in the Yuri route. Nearby bushes, trees, fences, and other landmarks are of a conspicuous nature. After taking a few steps around the perimeter of Monica's house, I knock on her front door. What was Sayori at MC's house for? Well, they were over there actually watching TV earlier. Immediately upon reaching Monica's living room, I realize it's architecturally structured the same way as mine. I get a sense of morbid familiarity that makes me rather uncomfortable, but I can endure it. Each of the girls look at me one by one, their eyes lighting up. I take a look at each of the girls. Yo. They all seem to be sitting and watching TV. A few blankets are covering the floor for cushioning. Sayori sidles next to me. Everyone is having fun! Did she confess yet? I think she might do so right now. Maybe during the sleepover. I didn't see her confess yet. All I see is that you girls are sitting around doing nothing. I don't see how that's any fun. Saying that, I take a seat on one of the couches. Sayori follows. We were waiting for you, actually. What? Because I had an idea. And that idea was that we should put makeup on you! Immediately, I realized that I made a huge mistake coming here. No wonder Sayori ran ahead of me earlier before we reached Monica's house. She wanted to inform each of the girls to... I noticed each of the girls begin to surround me. Eh? Listen, if any of you think I'm going to let you put makeup on me, I slowly start to get up off of the couch. Get him! Natsuki and Sayori pounce at me. I evade by jumping to the left, causing Sayori to crash into the couch behind me. Monica stands by and giggles with Yuri. As I begin to book it for the exit, I feel something cling onto my back. Go! I got you! Get off me! Nope. Listen, I'm getting out of here. If you don't get off my back, you're coming with me. I don't think so. I turn around and notice Sayori charging right for me. I can't dodge her with this pink monster on my back. Sayori clashes right into me, causing me to stumble. Ah, we got him! Wow, yeah, you did. Great job. Now we can make him up. Dear God. The girls sit me up. Natsuki and Sayori hold both my arms behind my back. Ugh. My sigh of defeat signifies to them that I've given up. I didn't expect them to get you. I didn't expect all of you to stage an assault on my ass, so touche. What is your favorite type of blush? Oh, give him blue! And give him some pink lipstick. Well, shit. This is really happening, isn't it? Are we actually gonna get to see what my guy looks like with the makeup? I'm willing to bet. No. I've been taken hostage by these girls. And so far, they've each taken their share of my face. Natsuki uses lipstick on me. Sayori applies some powers which I have no idea what they do. Yuri adds blush to me, and Monica handles eyeshadow. The entire time, my face is contorted into disappointment. And at last, they are done. Oh, look at you! So pretty! You're a beautiful lady. The very picture of attraction. I hate all of you right now. Come on, Levelin, let's go look in the mirror. Please, I want to see this myself. I looked better before. Don't make me tackle you again. I promise you that you won't do that again. I eventually decide to let her have her fun and lead me to the bathroom. And sure enough, I look horrifying. Then I realize something that sends me into a near panic. Sayori. Yeah? Is any of this going to come off easily? No. Damn it. Keeping the inner terror from escaping my lungs via scream, I take a breath and look at Sayori. So you gave me makeup. Guess what you got in return? What is it? I grab Sayori, pull her close, and begin to rub my knuckles onto her scalp again. Why do you always do that? Sayori wails while she rubs the top of her head. Because you deserved it. If I get put through hell tonight, so do you. Sayori walks back into the living room as I try to wash up. I use several alcohol-based solutions to help remove the makeup better. In no time at all, the majority of it is gone. I promptly return to the living room. Sayori is sitting down alone on one of the couches with a blanket covering her. Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica are on the other couch watching a movie. I sit down next to Sayori and turn my attention to the movie. It's apparently a scary movie. Several high school students are trying their best to hide from a killer roaming the school. I wonder what Sayori thinks of it. Sayori looks extremely scared. It's to be expected from her. She cowers under her blanket like a scared puppy. I scoot closer to her and pat her on the head. What are you doing that for? You're a baby. That's rude! So you're not scared of this movie? No, I'm not. Alright then. Ah! All the girls jump and scream. Oh my god, the looks on your faces. That wasn't very nice. I'm sorry, Sayori. But that was just too good of an opportunity to pass up. Chuckling, I wrap an arm around Sayori, gently hug her. And gently hug her. Huggle. Sayori looks away slightly and blushes. She scoots closer and rests her head on my shoulder. As the movie ends, I notice Sayori has fallen asleep while clinging to my arm. Natsuki has crashed out, as well as Yuri. Both of them are resting their heads against each other. Monica looks at me from across the room. Her gentle smile only adds to the moment. Monica, I was meaning to ask you. Yeah? Those clothes aren't really pajamas. What's up with them? Oh, I didn't plan on sleeping in these. I was planning on changing when I go to sleep, of course. I see. Now that everyone is asleep... She lowers her voice. Any new developments about... She points to Sayori. Kagan is still around, as you already know. Always gets interesting when the music just dies out like this. Gives you this feeling that something interesting is about to happen. After a bunch of the filler, that is. However, he hasn't been that much of a problem lately. Oh, Extreme Wrecker, welcome back. Playing more Doki Doki mods. Yes, I've left this unfinished for a good 3 months, and I feel like it should just be finished at this point. There was a suspicious car. I stuck around a bit and they left shortly after. I didn't see anyone enter or exit the car either. So to be safe, I escorted Sayori here today. Yeah, that was smart. It's good she has you to protect her, even if she doesn't know about it yet. As you can first, there is a knock on Monica's front door. Oh, I will get that. Monica stands up and goes to answer the door. A minute later, she walks up to me. Someone is here for you. What? For me? As I approach the front door, I see a familiar brunette woman awaiting me. Julia, what are you doing here? I thought I would stop by and see if you were being responsible. And speaking of which, she looks at my face and begins to smirk. Eh? What is this? She traces her index finger up and down my cheek. Is this makeup? Don't I look hot? Julia desperately tries to hold back laughter. Uh, don't give me that attitude. Consider this payback for when you undid my bra. Sure, let's go with that. Anyway, let's talk bit. Monica walks back up to the door. Julia looks at me and devilishly grins. This won't be good. Oh, hi. Are you one of my little Level Engine's friends? Yeah. Level Engine, aren't you going to introduce me? Julia, this is Monica. Monica, this is Julia. Julia bends over at the waist and looks Monica in the eye. Are you the little heartthrob that has caught the interest of my Level Engine? Monica looks at me puzzled. Julia, would you not right now? What? I'm just wanting to see what you've been up to. You're playing me. Cut the shit. I look to Monica. I'm the girl responsible for him. Hey Monica, can you make sure Sayori doesn't wake back up? Sure. Alright, what is it, Julia? I need you tonight. Why? It's a code 9. A code 9? That's not my job expertise. You have people who are qualified for that. Don't tell me something that I already know. But we've already expended those teams. And no results. So I'm forced to resort to you. I can give you 5 minutes to clean that shit off your face. And I don't have a say in this. No, I'll be in the car. And just like that, Julia turns away and walks towards a flashy-looking sports car parked in the driveway. Monica, can you help me get this off my face really quickly? There are still some remnants of the makeup, and I really can't have that right now. Yeah, of course. Ready going somewhere? Yeah, so I need to get this done really quickly. Okay. I tell her that if Sayori wakes up, I went home. Thanking her for her hospitality, I wave and leave. As the car speeds down the road, I take a mental note of the surroundings. We've gone a little bit away from the city. Julia explained that it had something to do in a small town outside the city. At least that's what the paper says. We're almost there. Alright. Keeping my eyes closed, I go over the situation that was told to me over and over. I am not normally called for situations like this. The fact that I was shows me admin is getting a little bit worried about something. I better remain on my toes. So we're back in main character's house. Waking up this morning was as difficult as ever. Last night really kept me up late. I shrugged the exhaustion from my system and going to my living room. Sayori hasn't texted me yet, but Monica has. She explained that Sayori was still fast asleep and was expected to be for hours to come. Understanding that, I realized I have a few hours to get some work done. I retrieved my backpack and spread some of my homework across a nearby coffee table. While working, I think back to last night. It was rather enjoyable to spend some time with Sayori. Granted, I absolutely hated the fact that all 4 girls ambushed me, but I walked into a girls' sleepover. I should have seen something like that coming. Julia definitely didn't hesitate to ridicule me throughout the night for it. Even after we were finished and she was driving me home. Sayori just seems so joyous and carefree. Carefree. It still leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. The world isn't truly as happy as you see it, Sayori. I want to shove the truth in your face. But who am I to shatter her view? That view of the world may be the only thing keeping Sayori, well... Sayori. Her innocent and trusting nature are traits that I truly enjoy about her. Especially since I have been around people who are pessimistic and careless. Part of me wishes that I could continue this worry-free and happy life within the literature club forever. Part of me doesn't. But I know this won't last forever. The strain on my left arm grows. I realize that this thought process is what caused. The least I can do is enjoy the time that I do have, and I tend to make the most of it. With all my homework done and some extra preparation, I approach Julia. It's about time. Oh, haha! A woman who has to wait on a man for once. Help, it's the end of the world! Grabbing the handle, I hear a voice calling out to me from my left. Level engine, wait! Julia stops halfway inside the car, facing the direction of the voice. Sayori? Where are you going? I have to run a few errands. I thought you were still at Monica's. I want to come home. I also... Sayori looks at me with remorse filling her eyes. I also feel really bad about last night. I thought it was a good idea at the time, and that it was really funny. But it wasn't nice, and I want to apologize. Cracking a smile at Sayori's regret, I place a hand on her shoulder and stare deeply into her eyes. It was a messed up thing to do to ambush me like that, but you got the best of me. Not very many people do, be proud of it. Plus, he wouldn't make a bad-looking girl anyway. Julia starts to giggle. Leaning against the driver's side door, she peers over the roof of the car and glances between Sayori and I. Oh, level engine, who is this? She is... I'm this lovely little boy's guardian. She closes the driver door and walks around towards me. Or maybe I am more. Julia leans down towards my ear and softens her voice. Still looking at Sayori with a straight face, I raise my left hand and flick Julia in the face. Ow! I swear to God, I think I may have found someone else besides Sayori who makes things unnecessarily awkward. Rubbing her cheek, Julia scoffs at me. I completely ignore her. Sayori looks at me with pure confusion. Don't listen to the thing this bimbo next to me says, Sayori. Hey! She's just some woman that by meta fact are left responsible for me. Oh! Don't ignore me! When are you gonna be home, level engine? No clue, I guess whenever I finish. Okay. I return a smile and get into the car with the huffing and puffing Julia following my lead. The silence between Julia and I doesn't last too long. As soon as she turns the corner and departs from my neighborhood, she speaks up. So is that the girl you've been clinging to? Clinging to? I think you should probably reevaluate what you consider clinging to. Oh, shut up. I know you better than anyone. Almost. And you look at that girl with a calm projection. It's kind of jaw-dropping and cute in a way. Oh my god, you actually do! Julia. Yeah? I'm gonna tell everyone what type of panties you wear. What? You wouldn't. Haha, let's see. Black clinksters, a lace pattern, and... Must you remember the contents of my wardrobe? Glancing at Julia in the rearview window, my sadistic laughter doesn't cease. Oh, come on. It was you who taught me how to undress a girl. But you were the little privacy breaker who went into my room and scavenged inside of my wardrobe. Oh, wait. If I recall correctly, there was something else. If you finish this sentence, I swear to God it will break your nose. If you're prepared for a punch in the boob, then come at me. Why must you be so difficult? If it wasn't, being my supervisor wouldn't be as fun. You were like this even before I became your supervisor. Consider it a good thing, then. If I feel comfortable enough to compliment your lingerie, you could better take what you can get. Julia's face reddens as she understands the full scope of my joke. Listen, but please refrain from talking like that around me. I wonder what Ashley would do if she was here. She'd probably join you in ridiculing me and then smack you in the back of the head. Pretty much. I'm guessing this is a flashback, or is it? Look, monkeys, level engine. Oh, come on, you have to smile at something. Can we go home, please? I don't want to be here. You're hopeless. We came to the zoo so we can have fun. And you aren't even grateful. I don't want to be here. Please take me home. Okay, so this is a flashback. I mean, Ashley's currently dead, so this was like the past. Come on, level engine. If you don't want to be here, we can go home. But let's at least go around a bit. You may find something you enjoy, is that okay? Looking into my savior's eyes, I feel weakened. Okay, I guess we can. What? Julia looks completely horrified and shocked. Why don't you ever listen to me? I stick my tongue out at Julia, meeting Ashley's eyes. Come on, let's go. My worst food. Can't really think of anything at the moment. I remember really not liking the taste of tonic water, though. I remember describing it as tastes like club soda, then like something in your mouth just died. Okay, now 2 songs are playing at once. It sounds like. Sometimes this works and sometimes it just straight up doesn't. Most of the time it doesn't, though. You're remembering her, aren't you? Yeah. You know, she was the only person to ever get through to you. Okay, it looks like the other song is done playing. Pretty sure I'm aware of that, Jules. You haven't used that nickname in years. Heh. Hey, we're gonna be at the field in like 30 minutes. Do you want to get some rest? Sure, thanks for reminding me. Closing my eyes, I perform my normal mental exercise to prepare. October 4th, 20XX, 10 o'clock p.m. neighborhood. And that is that. Thank you for the ride, Julia. Don't thank me. You worked pretty hard today. If I hadn't offered you a ride, you probably would have passed out right then and there. Eh? I'm fine. What are you talking about? Haha. Maybe look at yourself in your bathroom mirror. Speak for yourself, woman. Especially with all the mascara you have on. Huh? There's nothing wrong with how much mascara I have. Julia pulls down her sunblocker and checks the mirror installed into it. Good night, Julia. As I get out of Julia's car, I feel my eagerness to return home grow immensely. Taking Julia's advice, I look into my bathroom mirror and inspect myself. I am much dirtier than I expected to be, and I look absolutely exhausted. Shrugging it off, I remove my towel from my waist and enter the shower. The hot water pouring over me immediately relaxes my tense and tired muscles. I rest my forehead against the wall and close my eyes. All finished with my longer than usual shower. My body screams for rest. I flick the bedroom light off, get dressed, and lie down. I don't even bother to set my alarm for the morning. I have no plans or anything. Now there's some static. All of a sudden, I shoot up from my bed, beads of sweat pouring down my face. I struggle to catch my breath and comprehend where I am. My hands shaking uncontrollably, I reach for my forehead. Beginning to control my breathing, I look around the room to ensure no danger. Finally stabilizing my breathing, the dizziness stops. I had that nightmare again. Why? I need to get some water. Before I leave my room, something from my window catches my eye. It was a split-second flickering light. Holding off on my water, I approach my window and inconspicuously gaze out from my blinds. The street is all empty but one car. The same one I saw near Sayori's house yesterday. It's not parked near her house this time, a few houses further down this time. Sayori's bedroom window is covered in dark. I turn away from the blinds for a second to check the time. It is 2:40 a.m. I don't see any movement from or near the car, but I keep a keen eye on it. My mind jumps between this is just a neighbor to Sayori, nothing big to worry about, and this is an entirely new car here and it's okay to be suspicious. All of a sudden, the man appears seemingly out of nowhere and enters the driver's seat of the car. He gets in, starts it, and drives off. I continue my watch for another minute before surrendering to the bed. Oh my god, who's disturbing me right now? Of all times, right now? Reluctantly prying myself from my bed and I go see who it is. Oh good, it's Sayori. Yeah, she could have possibly been kidnapped in the middle of the night, I mean... Most people are going to be sleeping anyway, so... I mean, it would make sense to go and just abduct someone in the middle of the night. Hi, Level Engine! Sayori's cheerful voice and crystallized don't affect my current disdainful attitude. What do you want? I just came by to see if you were busy. I was enjoying a much-needed rest until you came by and disrupted it. But you came over to ask me something. What is it? What? I didn't come over to ask you anything. What do I think is the worst looking NES game? I think about like a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I saw what NES Rocky and Bullwinkle looks like. The music's also pretty bad, but the graphics are possibly even worse. Even for NES standards. Would you mind telling me why you're all wet? What? I am? Sayori looks up and down herself. Right. What did you do? My bathroom sink is broken! So you came over here to ask me to fix your sink. Well, I thought if anyone could fix it, it would be you. Do I look like a plumber to you? Yep. What? I expected Sayori to say no, but she went the exact other way around. What the hell led you to assume that? Please? Dear God, woman. Would you get off me? I'll take a look at it. Sayori's bathroom is right across the hall from her bedroom. Almost immediately after entering her bathroom, I realized that Sayori must not have caused this. Sayori peeks her head into the bathroom and I open the cabinet that leads under her sink. The pipe is loose. Sayori, can you bring me some of the tools I left at the front door? Okay. She promptly trots off. And let me guess, she doesn't come back. Sayori didn't cause this. Someone just drove their car here in the middle of the night. I try to retighten it by hand. Here! Okay, Sayori does come back. Then when she noticed the leak, she wrapped a towel around it, hoping it would fix the problem. Fast forward a few hours later, the water is puddling in her bathroom. She decides to grab a wrench and bang it against the pipe, making the problem even worse. Picturing her face as she hits the wrench against the pipe makes me chuckle. Is everything alright down there? Huh? Oh yeah, how about up there? Is that wrench okay? Huh? Never mind, haha. Listen, how in the hell did you manage to loosen this pipe? I don't know. I was just moving stuff around in my sink to reorganize. And then I noticed it was leaking. Alright. Listen, go find yourself something to do. I'll be done in a few. I wish for this to be over quickly. And done. Sitting up from the floor, I rub my forehead in exasperation. At this point, my clothes are soaked through. Did you fix it? Yes. Yay! Sayori suddenly wraps her arms around me. Ew, you're all wet! I said give me a warning before... Wait a second, don't you ew me? I just got done fixing one of your many problems. Sorry. Wait, many problems? Yeah, like this one. I wrap my arms around Sayori and press her tightly against me, making her clothes wet. Eh? She pushes me away and shakes her arms up and down. Gross! Oh, haha. Not even a thank you? Listen, before I catch a cold, I'm going to take my tools and head home. I made sure to clean up everything as well, so you don't hurt yourself by slipping on a single droplet of water. How would I slip on a drop of water? Sayori, you're as clumsy as all hell. The other day at the club, you managed to topple 4 desks at once by accidentally running into a chair. A chair, Sayori! You don't have to point that out. It wouldn't be as fun. I place a hand on her shoulder. I'm gonna go home now. You take your shower now. How'd you know I was going to take a shower? I point to the top of her toilet seat where a towel, a loofah, a folded shirt, and a pair of panties sit. Oh. Oh, and I think eagles are pretty cool too. Sayori screams as she runs and tackles the clothes she had on the toilet seat. I refer to a little embroidered eagle on her pair of panties. I wasn't purposely looking at them, but she left them practically hanging off of the seat. I noticed them out of the corner of my eye when I finished the pipe. I don't ever have a need to look at those things with females. Nor do I have some odd perversion with it. I depart Sayori's house, smiling. It's been several hours since I went back home and changed clothes. Sayori sent me a text message thanking me for fixing her sink. I pull out a book and begin to read. "12 o'clock, lockers. Lunch period has begun. As I put my first half of the day's textbooks away and retrieve the second, Sayori comes up and waves. Hi, Level Engine. Yo, Sayori. What do you need? I was wondering if we could eat lunch together today. Feeling lonely again? No, you're probably the one feeling lonely today. Sayori sticks out her tongue. Unlike someone, I am quite alright alone. But sure, I'll eat with you today, Sayori. Oh, do you mind if we eat in the classroom today instead of the lunchroom? Why? No reason. But you said you'd eat with me. In the lunchroom. Please? No. Will you just spit it out? It's... What is it? There are these girls in there, and they are really mean to me. They're mean? Well, people are mean, Sayori. You'll need to suck it up. Sayori pouts and looks at me like she's a scared puppy. Whatever those girls are doing to Sayori really has her adamant on avoiding them. And to see this coming from an eccentrically bubbly girl kind of irritates me. Fine, I'll eat with you in the classroom. But seriously, don't expect this to be on a daily basis either. But you need to do me a favor in return. Show me who those girls are. What? No, I can't. Why? If you say something, the girls would be mean to you too. And I don't want that. Anything that some bitchy high school chicks say won't bother me, I assure you. I've heard much worse than what they can say. I study the girls carefully and then depart to an empty classroom with Sayori. But I can tell she still has that underlying sense of sadness because of the bullies. How could someone bully Sayori? I mean, I haven't been necessarily nice to her, but not to the point where I'm bullying her. I look down at my tray of food. Beef stew with potatoes. Sayori's is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with animal crackers and a strawberry milk carton. Do you want to sip my milk, Level Engine? You don't have anything to drink with that. No, I'm fine. Okay. As I begin to consume my melodramatic meal, I ask Sayori a burning question. Something has been on my mind since you told me about those girls. What were they doing to you? If I have to tell, I'd appreciate it if you said what they were doing. Just curious to see why anyone would bully you. From what I observed, you were liked by pretty much everyone in the school. But these girls specifically have some vendetta with you. I can tell you, but you can't laugh or be a meanie. I'm being completely serious right now. We were in a gym class and I was changing back into my uniform, and they saw me naked and made fun of my... Sayori looks down at their chest and adjusts her blazer to cover her breasts. They were saying I wasn't big, and that I should be ashamed of myself. And that I shouldn't act happy all the time and just be normal. Which, I am normal. Quite the contrary, but please continue. Then they started to laugh at me, and they took my change of clothes and made fun of my undergarments. It made me really sad. I want to run home and cry. But I know that you were here, and if I ate lunch with you, I could feel better. You think that highly of me? Well, you are my friend, and you make me happy. That a fact? I think I've heard all I needed. What are you going to do? Are you going to be like some bat guy and capture those evil vixens? No. Am I some joke to you? I thought it was funny. As I said, don't worry about it. Let's just eat our lunch, okay? Okay. The nerve of Sayori. To compare to me to some fictional superhero. I'll bet it was rather clever of her. But I am no master cape superhero hiding in the shadows for evildoers. I am something much different than what fantasy can conjure up. I'm just human. I walk into the club and the girls are already at their desks, ready to start the week. Last one again, eh? Well, almost. All of us but Natsuki is here. Where is she? Can't say that I know. She called out of school today. Alright. So what's on the itinerary? We could take it easy on our events today since Natsuki is gone. I know that she would be pretty upset if we had fun without her. Yeah! So with that said, won't we, I don't know, sit down and read? One way I'll tell stories. I might just fast forward past these stories if I've heard them already. I mean, even when I was playing the Yuri route, we still talked about stories we came up with. I am gonna eat you, woman. Wait. Sayori, was I supposed to be the monster? Sayori giggles and sits down. I feel like I've heard all these stories before, so I'll just fast forward past them. And the one about me just killing this bad guy who orchestrated the deaths of many innocent people. A lot of it is filler, so I just cut to the good part. I was on the edge of my seat. He killed the man! Yes, Sayori. That's mean! Were you always this dense? Sorry, it was a good story, I just didn't expect the killing part. What did you expect? Maybe a tickle? You're so innocent. So I think in part 3 of this playthrough, I was playing the Yuri route, and I did read all those stories. I didn't feel like reading them a second time, though. Just want to get to, like, the new stuff. Sayori and I start walking home, crossing into the street that leads to our neighborhood. Sayori sneaks glances at me every so often. The hell are those looks for? Sorry, I've just been thinking a lot lately. About? Spit it out. Us. Us? What do you mean? You've been there for me a lot lately, and it just makes me feel really special. Sayori's voice changes to that of a normal female. And by that, I mean she isn't giggling constantly with some godforsaken silliness. She's completely and utterly serious. I don't know why you're looking at me that way. I felt the need to do what I did. Nothing more, nothing less. Sayori looks at me like she has something to say. Can I say something? I'm not stopping you. It's really important to me. So please don't laugh at me. I think of uttering something wise but restrain myself. That's fine. You're a good friend. And I appreciate you a lot. So much that you don't understand. Tears begin to pool in Sayori's eyes. What? What's wrong? I've felt sad for a very long time now. And I didn't know what I was going to do. Sadness that felt like someone was placing a rain cloud over my head. And that rain cloud would storm and pour sadness all over me. I've been like this for a while. It scares me. I'm completely speechless. Does Sayori have depression? She doesn't display the key characteristics of it. She's generally always a happy girl when I'm around. I take a minute to look into Sayori's eyes. How has someone like me helped you with all of this? Because whenever I'm around you, I feel much better. Like you were the wind that blew the rain cloud away. Something inside me starts to ache. I'm helping her with her depression? How can a monster like me possibly help an innocent angel like Sayori? Sayori, are you saying? Yes, level engine. I like you. I like you. A whole lot. Sayori smiles sadly at me through her tears, but I don't see her smile. I see the raging downpour behind her eyes as the fear of rejection. A person's eyes never lie. That's why I always see through them. Here I am standing before a girl that I've grown very fond of. And she is confessing her feelings to me and revealing a dark secret. I don't have much experience with girls at all, but I know one thing for certain. Sayori has helped me too. She's helped me there's more to understand than who I really am. She reminds me so much of Ashley. Ashley too was. Until she started to look after me as my guardian. I was a light in their life too. And here I am, the light of another person's life. I know what my answer is. And I know what I must do. Let me guess. No. I grab Sayori and pull her into a hug. I understand. You don't need to say anymore. You know, I was blind before. I didn't see you as anything much other than another person I knew. But lately I've developed feelings for you too, which is rare for someone like me. But I'm glad to be the wind that exiles your rain clouds. And I will happily accept the job. Are you saying? I release Sayori and look her in the eyes. I'm saying that I will be your boyfriend. And I'm your girlfriend? Yes. Oh wow, they actually said yes this time. I still remember the last time when Yuri confessed her feelings and the main character initially said no up until after the whole kidnapping scene occurred. Monika's gonna take me out to buy a new bow in a couple of hours. I have to drop a few things off which could take me a few hours. Why don't you go on without me and have fun with Monika? I don't doubt anyway that you're going to gossip to her about your new status as taken, eh? Hehe. Okay. Sayori and I get to our normal spot and depart. Sayori turns away from me, smiling and blushing as red as a ripe cherry. It's a little cute, I won't lie. Sayori trots off towards her home, a new skip in her step. I've never fulfilled the role of boyfriend before, so we'll see how this goes. I arrive home after finishing up what I was doing all afternoon. It was a long night, but an eventful one. Sayori texted me for a while, up until an hour ago. I assume she got busy with Monica, so I dismiss it. I take a seat on the steps outside of my front door and lean my head against my door. I raise my head and look into the stars and relax. Everything seems to be going well for once. That is until my phone alerts me to something. It's from Monica? A wave of concern washing over me, I answer it. Yo, Monica. Level engine? I can hear her breathing heavily. What's wrong? It's Sayori. What do you mean? They took her. She's gone. What do you mean she's gone? Monica cries over the phone, barely able to keep her breath. Monica, are you okay? I... Where are you? There's no response. Monica? I stand up and yell into the phone. No response. I try to dial Monica's number several times. No answer. God damn it, pick up for God's sake, Monica. The overwhelming fear that remains in the pit of my stomach begins to regurgitate itself into my esophagus. I need to find Monica. I need to find her now. Sayori said that she was going downtown with Monica to get a new bow. With that in my mind, I pull out my commission phone and dial Julia's number. Hello? Julia. Levelench, what's wrong? I need your help. Trace the phone number in my GP phone listed as Monica. But what? Why? Just do it. I sense that something bad has happened. Just tell me the geolocation of where her phone was last used. Okay. I hear Julia typing on her end, no doubt tracing the location I requested. Monica's call with me was just short over 30 seconds, which means it is possible to trace the location. Please, Julia, I need you to hurry. I am. What even happened? Monica called me. She said that they got Sayori and that she was gone. That girl you've been seen around with? Yes. Literally today she became my... I hesitated finishing the sentence. I understand. Listen, I have a geolocation on where her phone was last used. Where? Thank you, Julia. Listen, Levelench, and don't do anything stupid. I'm leaving the office right now and I'll be heading there too. I understand. I end the call and immediately head for the location Julia sent to me. Sprinting as fast as I can, I approach the location of Monica's phone. Eventually, I come across a single black, expensive-looking cell phone in the middle of the street. I kneel down and inspect it. It's Monica's. She must be around here, somewhere. Sayori, too. I frantically look around the street until I see a lump in some bushes near the side of the road. I walk over to it and... it's Monica. Fuck. Shit. I kneel down and help Monica up. Monica? I need you to answer me. Ugh. She releases a weak gasp. Damn it. I lie Monica down onto the ground in the light so I can inspect her for wounds. No visible blood or tears in her clothing. I inspect her head and feel a large lump. She was struck with a blunt object. Fuck. I look around for Sayori. Any sign of Sayori? Nothing. This can't be happening. Please, God, no. I drop to my knees and try to calm myself. Monica grunts and tries to lift her head. As she does, a car's headlights flash in my face. It's an orange-colored sports car. A brunette woman in formal clothing steps out of it and approaches me. Levelench, step back. I scoot away from Monica. She kneels down next to her and inspects her for wounds as well. Sayori. Listen, Monica. It will be okay. Right now, both Levelench and I need you to rest. Levelench is here? Yes, sweetheart. Can you see me? A little. Okay, listen. Levelench is here with us. He's going to help you into my car, okay? Where is Sayori? I need to know where she is. I'm gonna guess maybe she's gonna be trapped in the same building that Yuri was trapped in. Julia looks over to me and signals me over. Reluctantly, I get up and go to Monica and Julia. Though I really doubt that Sayori's gonna nearly kill me like Yuri did. Like, I was just so nervous when that scene happened. Like, I thought, like, MC was literally gonna bleed out in Yuri's arms or something like that. Level engine, get her into my car. Right. I carry Monica to the passenger side of Julia's pristine sports car and help her into it. Julia walks over to me and lowers her voice and whispers into my ear. There's something I need to tell you. Listen, I really need you to stick with me on this. Julia, I promise you I'll listen. You can't. Wait, what? I said I would promise you I will listen. It's been forever since I've seen you this serious. Thank you for accepting me for leadership. I'm going to take Monica to the hospital personally. With my credentials, we can get her in with no questions asked. Understood. As for your Sayori, I think I may have some information that will help. Just, I'm hesitant to tell you. I know how you are, Level Engine. I understand. Sayori's my concern. If I have to listen to my boss for once in my life to help find her, I will. Julia gulps visibly again and meets my gaze. There's been word from the local law enforcement that a group has been abducting young girls off of the street. What happens to the girls? A number of things. Sold into sex trafficking, or used as slaves. Or if their status is prosperous enough, for ransom. Normally I would be livid that she kept this from me. But it's not like anyone would have been able to predict this anyway. So I give Julia some space inside of my little prods or intelligence. Can you send me everything you have about this group? Yes, absolutely. But for now, you need to get your friend Monica to the hospital. Please do. Do you want to come along? No, I'm going to walk home. Are we gonna get a note saying, like, tell this about who you really are? Or is this gonna be, like, some sort of different reason why Sayori got kidnapped? Sayori, I'm so sorry. I should have blown off what I was doing earlier to come with you. You even said you wanted me to come with you. To get a new bow. You probably would have looked cute in it. I regret not going with you, Sayori. I stop in front of my house and look at Sayori's. The sight gives me a sickening feeling in my stomach. I haven't felt like this since. I'm so sorry, Ashley. I hesitantly open my door and go directly in my bedroom. I don't even bother lying down in my bed. Once I reach my bedroom, I stop in the middle of it. I drop to my knees and look at the carpet. And then just pass out on the carpet. Look, Level Engine, there are monkeys. Come on, Level Engine. You need to smile at something. I don't want to. We've been here for 45 minutes and the damn child hasn't smiled once. Maybe he just isn't interested in the animals we've shown him. I don't want to be here. Come on, I have one more thing I want to show you. We turn a corner and I see an enclosure labeled lions. My eyes perk up immediately. Ashley, can we see the lions? You want to go see the lions, Level Engine? Yes. What the? Signs of life, finally! It's a good choice. Lions are my favorite animals. They are? Yep. Ashley and Julia take me over to a metal gate that separates me from the kings of the jungle. I watch as several of the beasts prowl around their enclosure. One of them looks at me and roars. Gah! I'm startled by the sudden noise and almost fall back onto my ass. But Ashley catches me and helps me back up. Do you know why he roared at you? I'm guessing he doesn't want to be in that cage. Like, I think they had to just take these lions out of the wilderness just so people go and see them. He's letting you know that he's the king here. Lions will roar at beings they see as opponents to ensure that they make their dominance known. Wow, that is really cool. I'm starstruck by the enclosure. I grab onto the metal bars and gaze at the scenery for quite a while. He really is captivated by them, huh? Yeah, it's interesting to see. For a boy his age and after all he's been through, it's kind of disturbing to see him smile. Whenever I see him smile, you don't know how happy it makes me feel. Well, you're his mother now, eh? Alas, no. I'm his guardian. You can't replace a mother. True. But that doesn't mean I love him any less than a mother. My body telling me to wake up, I roll over onto my side and open my eyes. That's right. I didn't set my alarm. There were a few times before that I forgot to set my alarm. Sayori would come by and knock on my door to ensure I woke up, but of course that didn't happen today. Battery's almost dead on my phone, no new messages, no new calls, no, nothing. I grab my school uniform and get dressed. It's time to go to school. Before I step out of my room, I realize something that sent a cold shiver down my back. Yuri and Natsuki. I'm going to have to tell them what happened. It's not going to be fun at all, but it's probably best they hear it from me than anyone else. I lift and sling my backpack over my shoulder and head downstairs. When I step out onto the sidewalk, it doesn't convey the normal day's tone. It's just silent. I turn away from my neighborhood and begin to walk to school. Walking down the street, something cracks with the snap of a whip inside my mind. The car. I've seen that suspicious car around Sayori's house lately. I remember the make and model of it. I'm going to keep an eye out to see if I can find any cars that are similar nearby. Mentally docking that piece of information, I speed up my pace. Reaching the school's front gate and courtyard, I immediately duck to the left and stay out of everyone's way. Now is not the time for me to be social. Carefully evading people who glance at me, I get to the back of the school and enter through the gym entrance. With last period finally over, I make my way to the club room. Please God, let this be over with quickly. I walk into the room, remaining completely silent. The silence, however, doesn't last long before Natsuki walks up to me. Hey, Level Engine, do you know where Monika and Sayori are? It's been like 10 minutes and I'm getting a little impatient. What is that face for? I look Natsuki in her eyes, still unable to speak. If you keep looking at me like that, you're gonna make me think that something bad happened or something. So cut it out, dummy. Level Engine, you certainly don't look happy at all. I need to tell you two girls something. Please sit down. I look both of them in the eyes and begin to explain what happened last night. They both are completely silent. Please tell me you were joking. If it is, it isn't funny. No. I'm sorry, girls, but I'm not joking. I lower my head and allow them to feel their emotions. So, Sayori is... This is horrible. Poor Sayori. At least Monika is safe, right? Yes. I made sure that she was sent to the hospital for care. How did it even happen? I don't know. I haven't gone to see Monika in the hospital yet. Do the police know? Law enforcement has already been notified. It is my understanding that a local group in the area has been abducting young girls and is pretty active in the city now. That means we aren't safe, right? No. But until Monika is back in action, I'll be taking over the club. And it's evident we are too emotional to really continue. So I'm going to be personally escorting both of you home today. Are you sure? Yes. I will see to it that you both get home safely today. But with that said, until Monika is back from hospital, you two are going to be going home as soon as school ends. That way, you're with crowds as you leave. And that mitigates any possibility for you two to be abducted. If that's what you think is best. Okay. Good. Pack your things. We're leaving in 5 minutes. I allow myself to tunnel into some deep thought for a moment. But it doesn't last long, so the chair is pushed next to mine. 2, actually. Natsuki is the first to speak. Her pearly eyes meet into my soulless black eyes. I'm really sorry for what happened. Sayori was... She was a special girl and she cared a lot about you. Funny you say that. We had just become boyfriend and girlfriend too. Oh. Yuri reaches her hand out to place onto my shoulder. Natsuki looks extremely hesitant to move. Yuri gives her a nod of approval and she leans forward and hugs me. Yuri follows. I never expected these two to console me. I should be the one to comfort them, but the tables have been turned on me. After a moment of silence, I stand up, breaking our group hug. Are you two ready? They both nod yes. First, we drop off Natsuki since her father is strict about a curfew. Then I drop off Yuri. Returning home silently, I feel my phone buzz. Please, stay safe. Then a secondary notification. Thank you, and please show up to school tomorrow. I don't think Yuri or I could handle losing another friend. Before long, my work phone chimes to life. I answered promptly. Hey, how are you holding up? That isn't important. You called me, what is it? I have the file for you. Good. I'll take the nearest train and head to you. That won't be necessary. I'm at your house. Already? I assumed you two would be home immediately, so I called. I was escorting Yuri and Natsuki home. I see. Just don't take too long, okay? We don't have all the time in the world anymore. I understand. As I approach my house, I notice a completely different car than Julia's normal flashy sports model. This one's more sleek and professional. She's leaning against it, watching me as I approach. She opens the back door and ushers me inside. She walks around to the other side of the back seat and gets in as well. In the middle of the seat, there's a single manila envelope that separates us. I grab it and begin to examine the contents. A large packet of printed paper displays countless documents and articles regarding a specific group in the area. Jesus Christ, this is all about them? Yeah. A lot of it isn't really useful for this instance, though. Just a lot of tax fraud, petty larceny, and some online fraud. Nothing too major. But yet, the central branch kept records on them. We were requested to. I see. Alright, I'll examine everything tonight. Without saying another word, I silently exit Julia's car and return home. Out of the corner of my eye, I see her wave sadly to me, which I don't attempt to reply to. Begin to study the contents of the envelope. Julia wasn't kidding. There isn't much I can actually use, just the usual records and reports. But there isn't harm right now in trying to scavenge something useful. Understanding the long night ahead of me, I relax and begin. October 7th. 5 o'clock, bedroom. My alarm wakes me up. Promptly sitting up, I quickly prepare as I planned last night. I hide the envelope between my mattress and bed frame. Looking out the window, I make sure the street is clear and empty. I know Natsuki and Yuri wanted me to come to school today, but they will understand why I'm not. One of us is in the hospital and is probably rather shaken, so that is the priority. I arrive at the hospital which Monica was admitted to, and speak to the receptionist. She's hesitant at first about telling me where Monica's roomed, but after providing Julia's information and informing her I'm a close friend of Monica, she gives me her room number. Walking down a small hallway, I reach an elevator and enter it. Reaching a very bright, clean, and vibrant hallway, I make my way to Monica's hospital room. I take a moment while I silently advance down the hallway to look around and understand the reality of the situation. Monica, my friend, my club president, is in the hospital. Sayori is missing and the other girls are panicked for their safety. I have to make this right. I reach Monica's room and gently open the wooden door. Stepping into the room, Monica's lying back in her bed. She turns her head to face me and smiles weakly. Hey, Monica. Not usual greeting, haha. Monica speaks sadly. She's still dressed in normal clothing. They probably aren't admitting her for long if they hadn't bothered putting her into a gown yet. Oh. Yeah, I guess. I normally say yo. How are you feeling? That's a question I should be asking you. I'm worried about you. Sayori told me about how we just started dating, right? Yeah. I take a nearby chair and sit down next to Monica's bed. I'm sorry for not saving her. I don't think you really had control of the situation, Monica. I'm sure you did what you could. I really did. Monica's face sullens even further and tears fall down her cheeks. I told Yuri and Natsuki about what happened. They were really worried about you and Sayori. I hope they are okay too. I took over the club until you come back. With that, I suspended the club until you return fully. I can't risk the other two girls being taken while walking late anyways. That's a great idea, Level Engine. Thank you for watching over our friends. Don't mention it. Listen, I know this is going to be hard, but I need you to tell me as much as you can remember about what happened. I need specifics, voices, names if you heard any, card type and color, times. I need as much as you can give me. Yeah, I can do that. You are going to question why I need it? No. Your Aunt Julia told me a lot about you. And she told me you just want to help. And that if I had any questions, it would be best to ask you. So Julia used the aunt title, huh? She gave it to herself shortly after it became attached to Ashley. I want you to understand that I'm going to try my best to find Sayori. You're going to look for her? What else can I do? Sayori needs my help and I can't really stand around and wait for others to do it. As someone who cares about her and all of you, I'm going to do whatever I can to help. I understand. Now I want you to tell me exactly what happened. Monica and Sayori went to a nearby shop that they both love for bows. Sayori apparently couldn't stop giggling about how she wanted to show off a pretty red new bow to her boyfriend. Monica apparently felt some excitement for it as well. They spent a little longer than expected at the shop. But when they started walking home, a black car with several men stopped in front of them. They pulled Sayori into the car, and one of them swung a baseball bat into Monika's skull, causing her to become disoriented and helpless. She regained consciousness a few minutes later after the car sped off. She tried with all of her strength to call for help. That is when I picked up. That's pretty much it. I mean, if someone kind of just hit you straight in the skull with a baseball bat, not too long after you just stumbled into them, of course you wouldn't be able to give much information about them. If you were pretty much like on the verge of collapsing like just a couple of seconds after you spotted the car and the people in it. And you're sure you can't remember what the men were wearing? One of them had a white shirt on. That's all I can remember before being hit. Why would they take Sayori and not you? You said Sayori put up quite a fight as they took her away. You, on the other hand, no offense, were completely useless while incapacitated. Yeah, I keep thinking about that too. Why was Sayori taken and not me? Thank you, Monika. Listen, I'll come to check in on you later today, okay? I need to run back home and grab something. Then I need to make sure Yuri and Natsu get home safely after school. I'll be back by the end of the night. You're doing so much for us. Thank you, Level Engine. Don't thank me. Waving Monika a gesture of farewell, I exit her room and then the hospital. Walking back home, I find it difficult to connect the dots with Monika's information. Something doesn't add up. I know what she's saying is true. She wouldn't lie about this. But it must have been a coincidence about another group in the city kidnapping girls. Or it's the perfect cover. Either way, it requires further thought. I wonder what Julia told Monika that night after I left. Where is Level Engine? Sweetheart, don't move too much. Just sit back and relax. I'm taking you to the hospital. Okay. Oh, Level Engine, how'd you end up in this mess? You feeling better? Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. I feel really bad. What was your name? My name is Julia. I'm Level Engine's aunt. Oh, well, hello. I'm sorry to drag you here. I really appreciate you taking me to the emergency room. Don't think too much of it. I think Level Engine would have tried carrying you here himself if I didn't show up. But he was not in the right mindset. What do you mean? Let's see. Level Engine is very protective. I don't doubt that if I hadn't shown up, he would have run off to try and find Sayori's captors. And without preparation, he can get himself killed. What about if he has preparation? With preparation, Level Engine can do anything. I've personally seen it. So if he comes to you for questions, or if you ever have any questions, it would be best to ask him. All he wants to do is help and make everything right. Level Engine really is a good person. If you told him directly, he would deny it. But I agree, he is a good kid. I've watched him grow up into a very strong man. Especially after all he's been through. He isn't really the person to show much emotion, but... Huh? He wrote a poem about a girl named Ashley. Is that the woman who cared for him? He wrote a poem for her? Yeah, it was a really good one too. He read it out loud at a little event we had for our club. I didn't think he would have had it in him. He doesn't talk much about her. Did something bad happen? Level Engine grew very attracted to Ashley. When he first came into her care, he didn't talk at all. He was completely silent, secluded, and even refused to eat. He was pretty hell-bent on giving up on life. It's really hard to picture now, eh? But Ashley was just as stubborn as he was. She kept it day and night to encourage him to become at least a tad bit social. Then one day he actually started to talk. He looked up at me and said my name. Scared the living hell out of me, to be honest. That sounds pretty strange. Especially since how he is now. Right? Well, I have to go. You got some rest now. One more thing. Did you or Level Engine call the police? Yeah. Okay. Goodbye, Monika. October 10th. 3 o'clock p.m., club room. Monika, you're back! Hi, I'm glad to be back. It was wonderful to hear you've recovered quickly. I appreciate you girls. Is Level Engine here? About that. He hasn't been to school lately. Huh? Why not? We sorta can't find him. Oh god. I sure hope he's okay. I do too, Yuri. So, have you heard anything about Sayori? Not a single thing, I'm afraid. I really feel for Level Engine. He and Sayori were just starting to date. They've been closed for quite a while now. She was unbelievably happy when I saw her. Now all I can see is her terrified face. I pray every night that the police will find her. Either them or I. Level Engine? You're okay. Of course I am. Just where have you been? Don't worry about it. We were all rather worried about you. Again, don't. Level Engine, you're all wet. Yeah, I just got here. However, I have some information for all of you. The police have been looking a lot in the area lately. But from what I hear, they have come up with no Sayori yet. However, they have a few leads on where she could be. Either that, or where some of the people who helped kidnap her are. Maybe those bastards can get what they deserve for taking our friend. Yeah, what Natsuki said. That's really good to hear. Wait, how do you know this? I've been speaking with a few officers here and there. They can't tell me much, but they're at least giving me progress. And any in the search for Sayori is good. Yes, very. And another thing. Each of you girls aren't in any danger. Apparently, from what Monica told me when I saw her in the hospital and some things I've read, if they intended on taking any of you girls, especially Monica since she was there that night, they would have done it already. The group apparently has a fixation on only Sayori, God knows why. Well, Sayori got abducted. The police are actually searching for the group that kidnapped her, and we're just getting some leads now. And the other girls seem to be safe. Like, they only went after Sayori for whatever reason. So you're saying we're safe? For now, yes. This isn't fair! Sayori doesn't deserve to have this happen to her. This could have easily been prevented if Level Engine went with her. But he let her go alone. What kind of boyfriend does that? Natsuki. No, she's right. I should have gone with her. Wait. Ignoring Natsuki's and Monika's callouts to me, I leave the school. Natsuki is extremely right. None of this would have happened if I had gone with Sayori in the first place. I hope what I told the girls helped ease their mind. The police really are looking for Sayori, but they've come up with nothing. But I am also out there looking. I have the few leads that could help me find Sayori, and I intend to find her. I have to make this right. I promise. October 10th, 8 p.m., Portside District. Ha! Dude, isn't this night just perfect? Perfect? Man, fuck yourself. You're making me do all the work. Shut up, kid. The newbie always does the work. Ugh. We got a great cut from the girl. Yo, man, where's my part? Finish your goddamn job and I'll hook you up with your piece. Damn. Took us long enough, though. I thought we would have gotten the money right then and there. Oof. But you know, that's just bad practice. I don't give a fuck. I mean, sure. It was a shame we had to waste such a pretty thing. But we got a good stack here. What about that one chick with the Q knocked out? She wasn't the one we were going for. To be honest, I think Q killed her with that hit. I don't know, man. Stop being so paranoid, for fuck's sake. Anyway, once you're done moving these boxes into the warehouse, we can dip. Alright? Hello? Kid, stop fucking around. Get your ass out here already. Gah? My leg! Gah! What the hell? Stand up. Huh? Who the fuck is there? I said stand up. Shut the fuck up. Who are you? Ah! For fuck's sake. Forcing him to the ground with my foot, I looked down at the man's face. You're going to answer a few questions for me. Do you understand? Go fuck your mother. Using my free foot, I quickly kicked the man one of the bullet wounds on his leg. Gah! Oh my god! He closed his eyes in agony. Keeping my foot on his chest, I kneeled down towards his face. If you answer my questions, I'll let you live. Ugh. Reaching into my vest, I pull out a little Polaroid picture. Where is this girl? You son... Finish that, and I'll add another hole to your body. I don't know where she is. You were the ones who took her. I don't believe for a fucking second that you don't know where she is. We were just told to grab her and take her to... To where? You have 5 seconds to answer me. 5, 4, 3... Okay. We took her to the guy that pays me. So your boss? Man, I don't consider him a boss. He just asked me to do shit and I get hella cash for it. Was he the one who told you to kidnap this girl? Yeah. Where can I find this man? I don't know. Bullshit. I hate when people blatantly lie to me. You must not be afraid to die then. I'm being for real, man. I legit don't know where he is. Where did you give this girl to him? Out of town. The old gas station. The one with the broken down cell tower next to it? Yeah, man. Ugh. What is his name? That I don't know. Then what did you call him by? We called him... I? You mean I as in Indigo? Yeah, that's all. Retarded nickname. Did the guy say what he planned to do with the girl? No. So that's all you can give me? Yeah, honest. Alright then. I stand up and face back towards the warehouse. So I'm free to go? No. I'm not letting you get away after causing this to Sayori. The old gas station out of town. Now some pieces are starting to connect. Huh? Hello? Hey, it's me. Are you busy? It's pretty noisy where you are right now. Not anymore. I just got done doing something. What is it, Monica? I want to apologize for what Natsuki said in the club earlier. Don't sweat it. She was right anyway. Still have no right to say that to you. I guess you're right. Is there any way I can help the police look for Sayori? Oh, so you caught on then, eh? Well, I kind of suspected it when you started to ask me questions in the hospital. I see. Even if there was something you could help me with, I don't want you getting involved. Please? No, Monica. I can't risk you getting hurt. I can handle this on my own. But I'll see you later. I promptly end the call. I'm sorry to do that to you, Monica. But right now, things are definitely not safe for you. I can't afford to have you get involved and get hurt. This is something only I can do. My alarm rings and forcefully wakes me up. Turning over onto my side, the piercing light from the outside blinds me. Why does it have to be so bright? Ugh. This is my signal to wake up. Feeling my body still somewhat limp after last night, I pull myself up, which takes an abnormal amount of strength this time around. The rain seemed to have stopped, judging by the clear and bright sky. I'm kind of disappointed to see it go. I love the rain, it makes everything feel so calm. However, lately it has been the center of chaos. The rain makes it easy to move around silently and covertly. I recall Sayori saying that she loved the rain. For a moment yesterday, I went out onto my balcony and took in the scenery for her. She would have loved to be there with me. Scowling, I lower my head and look at the floor. Just hold on a bit longer, Sayori. We will sit together and watch the rain very soon. Clearing my mind of my demeanor, I stand up and begin to get dressed. So we just walk back into the club room, and I'm gonna do a part 7 for sure. I really want to see how the rest of this does go. So I'll probably just leave it here for now. And we'll do a part 7 where we're gonna continue the whole Sayori got abducted story. So, is she being held for ransom? Didn't get any clues that she was being held for ransom this time around, unlike Yuri. So I'm probably going to do a part 7 tomorrow, most likely, and just continue down the rest of Sayori's route to see what happens.